Okay, that started recording. And we are good to go. Yes, we are good to go. Okay, in our last class, we talked about we're trying to define the methods for our data members. We're already defining the methods for our data members. And just as we defined in the last one, just as we defined in the bicycle class, we're defining for school. We said private string school name, private int total students, private int uh, private int total female students, total teachers, and so on and so forth. So as I taught you guys how to define methods in for bicycle, we're just doing the same thing to school name before we ran short of time, and I was like, you guys can complete it. You understand? It's not a must I will complete it, but you guys should know what to do. You understand? You guys already know what to do. And there's something I'm going to do now. I'm actually not going to. There's a shortcut in assigning your set name and your get name. But the reason I don't advise you guys now to start using that shortcut, because I want you guys to actually learn how to assign methods. I want you guys to actually learn how to assign methods by yourself. You understand? So I think I'll leave you guys to complete it. So here now you can say, here now is going to be in this total students now. What's happening here? Okay. Is this one hanging or what? Okay, in this one now we can have so what's it going to be? It's going to be total total students equal to total students. Remember I said I'm using this short name for my parameters. So here I'm going to add, it's going to be int totals to, yeah. So I think we're good like this. And if you do for the get total students, and you can do for get total students, you can do for total female students, you can do for total teachers. So now this thing is going to be long, and remember, as I said, use your hand and define it by yourself, and me, I'm just going to use a shortcut. And so instead of me to be writing them one by one, I'm just going to simply generate them. So I right click, I go to generate, this system should behave itself for once. Stop. Okay, I right click. Wow. I right click, I go to generate getter and setter methods, and there's a window is going to pop now, and I select everything. Remember I said use your hand, don't do what I'm doing, and I generate it automatically. So this is the set name, this is the get name, this is the set for 2000, this is for male students, this is for female, this is for total teachers and or whatnot. Now some of you might be confused. In this set name, yeah, the computer likes generating the get name before the set name, but it does not matter. If you want to generate, if you want to define your get method first before your set method, anyone, it does not follow in any order. You understand? This is like a class, an out sketch class. It is when you actually want to use it in your main class, your main method. That's when the computer starts executing from up to down. But in this, when you're defining your class, you can define it in any order you want to define it. I can come and scatter it, you understand? But it's always good to make your things to be ordered. It's always good to make your things to be ordered. Okay, some of you now might be confused, and some of you are like, this the school name, but you said in your former videos that you should not be using the same name. And so why are you not using the same name for the parameter and also the same name for the data member? Is it not going to confuse the system? Yes, of course. If I remove this thing now, you have seen self that the color has changed. Now if you're going to use, I'm going to teach you about the word this is meant to be treated, this is meant to be treated in a separate topic. This is a keyword, you understand? It's actually a keyword. I meant to treat it in a separate topic, but because of why we're just trying to make everything short and precise, I'm going to tell you what this is. This is used whenever there are two names for something. Do you understand? Because remember I said in Java, you cannot give you cannot just assign two names to something. Do you understand? It's not right. Do you understand? So that it will not confuse the system. It might not give an error, but so that it will not confuse you, it will not confuse the system, or the system will not think that you're talking about another thing. You don't give two names to something. But assuming you are stubborn and you want to give two names to something, the word this comes in. Now what is this keyword used for? This keyword, this keyword is used for is used for is used for data members. This for is used when you are referring to data members. That's when this keyword is used. So now if you have a name here as a parameter and you want to assign a data member, this data member's school name to the parameter, if you just write school name equals to school name, the computer will be thinking that you're talking about the parameter. So you're just saying parameter equals to parameter, which is wrong. So if you want to tell computer, okay, computer, see this school name that I'm talking of this one here. I'm talking of this one here. You are going to put word in front of it, and you're going to write this dot school name. Now you can see now that this school name color now have changed. So that okay, what you are talking of now is the school, this school name in particular. Do you understand? I don't know why this my Chrome is showing green as if it's downloading something, and I hope not, because that green something, I don't like it. And that thing seems as if it's taking data, which I would not like at all. Okay, oh goodness me, I just disconnected. Sorry, I just physically disconnected you guys. Okay, sorry, I just mistakenly disconnected you guys. Okay, so as I was saying, this keyword is used to refer to the data members, you understand? So here, this is why you can see here now, this total student is this dot total student is equal to this total student here. Assuming I did not use this now, it's going to this total students, assuming I did not use this keyword here, total students here is going to be parameter. Do you understand? If I write total students ordinarily, the system will think that I'm talking about the parameter. Do you understand? But if you want to now talk about the data member using the same name as the parameter, you put your this keyword here, this dot, then you write the data member. This will now tell the computer that okay, what you're talking of here now is the total students for data member, not for the parameter. Now it's equal to this total students here, which is the parameter. So now I don't know if you actually get what I'm saying, but I believe you actually understand. I've actually automatically created my set methods and my get methods, and there's no need, because I've already, in our past class, I've showed you guys, I've taught you guys how to make use of them. Okay, so the next thing I would like to, let me remember that now that this is two classes. We have two classes here now, two classes now that were defined. Now the next class we want to define now is an account class, whereby we want to show you how a class can interact with another class. Do you understand? So this is a scenario. Now this is the example that I want to give you guys. The class now is that, what now we have now is that we want to create an account class that can be able to, like, an account class that, let me say, First Bank account now, or Zenith Bank account, any name of bank that is going to register, the class is going to register the person's name. You understand? The class is going to have the person's account balance, whereby if the person goes to an ATM to withdraw, the amount that is going to withdraw, if he's withdrawing 5,000 naira, once he or she withdraws the 5,000 naira and requests for his balance, the system is going to automatically subtract whatever he withdrew from his original account balance and give him the balance. I don't know if you're actually getting me. I don't know if I beg, sorry if you guys are just two, I believe. If you guys actually understand my question, I need you guys to say yes. Do you understand? I need you guys to say I understand. If you can just unmute yourself and say I understand, I'll be glad. Okay, so what I'm saying is that I'm going to create an account class now, and the account class is going to contain an account balance for the person. Is going to register who owns the account class. Do you understand? Who owns the account, like who owns the account balance, who is the owner of that account, what is the name of the account, is it First Bank, is it Zenith Bank? And if the person goes to an ATM and withdraws money and requests for his account balance, is going to reflect, like, assuming Nemeka now goes to First Bank and withdraws 10,000, he has assuming his account balance initially was 30,000, and Nemeka withdraws 12,000 from his account balance. When I now request that I want to see my account balance, I want to see 18,000, like the system has already calculated it for me. That is the next thing now I want to design. That's the next now that I want to design, and I want you guys to actually follow up in what I'm saying. Okay, so I go to, remember, everything is going to be in this package. But I can remember that I can use it in another package, but let it be in one package. So I'm going to right click the package, or ah what's happening? Oh, this hanging sheet. I don't know what's in my system now. Okay, please just let's just wait small. Okay, so I've gone to my package. mm, right clicked it, new Java class, and account. Okay, an account. So, and the account class is created. Okay, so what are the properties of an account? The account name, that is the owner of the account. So let us create our data members. And what are the properties of an account? Private string, account name. Remember I tell you that according to Java convention, your A being has to be small letter. Account name and private string. Then the owner of the account, owner name, and the next one is going to be the account balance. And account balance is not going to be int, it's going to be, we're going to use double. You know why? Remember that double has to do with decimals. Example, this now is a double number, 2.00. 2 is not a double number, like it's not of the class double. 2.9, you understand? And normally your account is in, assuming you have just 2000 naira in your account, you have 2000.00. That's how it shows, you understand? So I'm going to create properties of, in the properties of an account, I'm going to do account balance. So it's going to be double and account balance. And I don't know, are we missing any other thing? You guys should know properties of an account. I don't know if I'm missing any other thing. I think it's just the account balance, the owner of the account, and the account name. Now this account name is going to be First Bank, Zenith Bank, or any bank. You understand? Okay, I think this account name should be what, I think it should be what nobody can tamper with. You understand? Like what am I trying to say? Okay, we'll get to that. Let me not start teaching you that. So remember I said should I next night, so the methods the methods. Remember, it's just that I don't start writing all this thing. You know it's going to be long. You guys should use your hand. Don't use the shortcut. It's when you're familiar with how to define methods before you start defining using the shortcut. So I'll go to generate my getter and setter, and I will everything, and I'll click OK. So the system has generated everything for me, and I'm going to edit some methods here. Okay, let's see the first one. String get account name, return account name. Okay, good and fine. That is going to return whatever the person's account name is. Public void set account name, string account name, this dot account name. okay, it's going to return whatever his or her account name is, his or whether it's First Bank or UBA he or she is using. The next one is the owner of the account. Okay, the next one here is the owner of the account. Okay, the next one is set account balance and get account balance. Okay, now it's going to, okay, now instead of this set account balance, I feel we should use credits, like credits, like um maybe when you want to credit an account. Do you understand? So instead of this name set account balance, I think we should use debit and credit and credited. That's actually better. So I'm going to edit this method here, and I'm going to put credited, credit alert. Okay, okay, no, let us credit, yeah, or credited. Okay, and let's, so what we are going to have here now is that, okay, let's erase this. I'm going to start from the beginning on how to declare this type of method. Now the ideology here now is that the person or whoever is depositing money inside his account is going to put the account whatever he or she is crediting. So I think for this, for us to explain this better, this should be amount, not account balance. So this should be amount. Okay, so it's going to put whatever amount here. And if, remember, if you're starting from scratch, for everybody, if you're starting from scratch, um okay, 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 let me check something in this bicycle class. Okay, this is our constructor. Okay, so I think we did not put our constructor here. We're meant to put our constructor here. I just remembered now. Public school, and here our constructor. I believe you guys are understanding what I'm doing, because I see that you guys should not be forgetting your constructors, though the system can put it for you if it's default constructor. It's a default constructor. So here now we are creating a constructor here, public accounts, and this is it. But again, I would not like to create a default constructor. I prefer a constructor that, because we are just trying to, what we are trying to create now is that on initialization, like when we are declaring our objects, like this now that we did for bicycle 1, when we are creating our objects, we want it to be like bicycle 3, whereby when we are creating our objects, we are already assigning something to the account balance. So in a real life situation now, whenever you are creating your account, remember that you must put a kobo there. Do you understand? You must put a kobo there before you can now start your credits and your debit, your credit and your debit. So that is the ideology now that we're trying to import here, that as you're creating an account object, you must initialize the amount you use and started the account. So we're going to create constructors with parameters here to give space for that, and I've taught you guys how to use these constructors with parameters. So go and watch our other videos. And why is this a clicking error? Okay, two names. So we're going to put a parameter here, is double, because amounts should be in decimals, double amount. and we'll come here and we'll initialize. So what is going to be here now? Remember, if so, it's going to be account balance equal to amount. Do you understand? So whatever amount you use and started your account is going to assign it to account balance. So I go back here and I go to my credited, and I can see here is public void credited double amount. So is going to be, remember, if you are crediting, any money you put is going to plus the original money that was there before. You understand? And I remember what I've taught you guys. You see why when we're teaching you something, see why it's good for you to read it. It's good for you to know what we have done in the past. I've taught you guys, the other guy has taught you guys operators whereby you can use plus and how you can use all this divide and all whatnot. So if you are using credited, you are like plusing whatever balance you had before. Do you understand? So now whatever is going to be account balance up equal to account balance again plus your amount. So account balance plus amount. So when you put your amount now, it's going to plus whatever was in the account balance plus your amount, and it gives it equal to the account balance here, which is your data member here. Do you understand? Which is your data member here. It's going to assign it to that data member here. That is if you are crediting your account. And once you credit your account and you say get account balance, it's going to return whatever was remaining, touched or untouched. So now I wish that you guys actually understanding what I'm teaching. So now the next thing now is that we're going to write methods for debits, and you see why I said it's not every time that we use set and get methods, like set methods. It's not every time. I think I said it in my last two classes or so. So public void debits. So we're going to say double an amount. Now, what is going to be the mathematics here now? What's the mathematics now going to be? Which, if you actually understand what I've been saying, is now going to be account balance, because you are debiting, you are removing this particular any particular amount from whatever has been inside the account balance. So it's going to be account balance equal to account balance minus amount. Now remember that you can also, this thing that I wrote here now can also be written in this way. You can also write it as account balance, because I've taught you guys account balance plus equal to amount. I know I've taught you guys this operator now plus equal to immediately means you are saying exactly this thing. This stuff down here now means exactly what is up here. You understand? So here now is going to be, short form is going to be account balance minus equal to amount, and what is down here is also equal to what's up here, the same thing. You're saying account balance minus amount equal to the account balance. So it's just the same thing, but let me not use the second one, let me just use the first one, but just know that they are exactly the same thing. But my throat has already started to pain me. Okay, so let's continue. And I've done what I said you that I wanted to design an account whereby you can write your account name, you can set your account name, and okay, you can set your account name, you can credit your account, you can debit your account, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's make use of everything in our bicycle class. I don't want, okay, let me just comment this stuff up here, or let me just comment it so that our system will not run it. Okay, so let's start from here. So as if we're starting from a new page. So here now we want to say Emeka's account or Tunde's account. We want to create an account and register the owner of that account. Now should be Tunde. The owner of that account now should be Tunde. Okay, so I'm going to say account, let's use anything. Let's say account 1, first person, new account. And since we did parameter, since we created a constructor for parameters, amount. So what are we using to initialize that account? Which amount are you just putting for your first time? Let's say we put 90,000 90,000.00. If you leave your 90,000 like that, it's still going to be converted to double automatically. You can convert int to double automatically by the system is going to do it for you. But vice versa, it cannot be done unless you do it manually. So anyhow we want to do it, but since we know that it's a double, then let's just put our .000, and we have put our semicolon. And now we want to assign which account was that. Is it First Bank, is it Zenith Bank, and or whatnot. So we can say account 1 dot set account name, and let us say UBA Bank. Bank, UBA. That's the account name. And we say that the account number, account 1 dot. Now remember now that if I now say okay, who now has the account? Account 1 dot set the owner of the account is going to be Chinedu. Chinedu is the owner of the account. Now if I now say, if I want to know my account balance now, and I say system dot out dot print line, and I say account 1 dot get account balance. Now if you run this thing, what is it going to give you? You know that your answer is going to be 90,000 because you have not you just initialize that account. You just put 90,000 and you have not credited, you have not debited. So we expect that our account is going to be 90,000. So let it finish running. Okay, still building. Searching for compilable file. Why is this stuff waste? Just to wow, just to run this stuff. Ha, wow, ha, this thing wasted time. Oh. Okay, that's finished building. So we can see now here that it gave us 90,000. Give us 9,000. So now you see it now, it gave us 90,000 now because we did not touch anything now in the account. Now assuming somebody now goes to the bank to withdraw 30,000. Let me say you go to the bank now. Okay, you go to the bank and okay, before I continue that, let me format this stuff well, because our program now just gave us 90,000 as the output. Let me make it more readable. I will say account balance. I'm going to put account balance here. Account balance and dots. I'm going to give a space, then add plus. So it's going to show us account balance 90,000. Okay, now you can see it now. Account balance 90,000. Assuming I want to put that naira now. Okay, I'm going to say plus plus. Imagine there's no naira on my keyboard, just only n. It's Nigeria now. There's nothing for good at. So maybe I'll use hash, or should I use hash, or let me just use n? Yeah, I think n will be so plus n plus. So let me run it again. Okay, now you can see now account balance equals to 90,000 naira. Now you can see now this now is better, is more readable. Okay, so now let's say you went to the bank and um okay, let me keep on formatting this thing now that we did. I want it now to show for me, the owner of the person that has this account balance. So I want it now to show Chinedu has an account balance of 90,000, or you can say UBA Bank Chinedu account balance 90,000. So what are we now going to do? Let's keep on formatting it. So I cannot just write Chinedu. I want the system to use his hand and give me that Chinedu. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to say, first of all, the UBA Bank, I'm going to say account 1 dot mom, let me close the door. Okay, as I'm saying, um account 1 dot get accounts name. I've already set it to eBay Bank, so now the system now that always and gets it for me, plus eBay Bank plus eBay Bank Chinedu's account balance plus Chinedu's account balance, then 90,000. Remember I gave a space here so that it's going to read a space for me when it's showing. It's going to give a space after the eBay Bank, and I'm going to run this. Now UBA's bank, now you have seen now UBA bank. So now when the system was running this application, it went to account.getName and it said what is inside this account.getName? UBA bank plus Chinedu's account balance. Account.get account balance 90,000. Okay, let me not use this Chinedu. Let me use what is meant to be there. Whatever was assigned there. So we have plus space plus Chinedu's account balance 1 dot get owner name and plus, yeah, I think this thing is very long, so I think I'll just click my press. Once you just press enter key, does not matter, so I'll cut it so it continues from here. You understand? So account name dot plus account dot get owner name. So if the system reaches here now, it's going to say okay, eBay bank is here, okay, plus this space plus Chinedu is meant to be here, then goes to account balance, then puts the end in front of the figure account balance, and you click run, and you can see now that it's going to tell me UBA bank Chinedu account balance. You have seen now UBA bank Chinedu account balance 90,000. So the last example I'm going to give before I'm going to give you your first assignment that you guys submit for me to me next week. Please, next week is next week. Please, if you don't know how to do the assignment, it's better. But I feel you should be with your group and do the assignment. So the first, so assuming you go to the bank now to go and withdraw, Chinedu goes to go and withdraw. I'm going to add a method here, and I'm going to say account one dot get. Sorry, I'm going to account dot credited. Let me say I credited my account with 40,000. And imagine if somebody sends you 40,000. You understand? I credited my account with 40,000. Oh, I don't know why it's showing not responding. I credited my account with 40,000 now. Watch. If we rerun this statement now, this 90,000 now is going to change to 130,000. Reason, as we added this method, we remember that we defined the method that is going to add to the account balance. It's going to add whatever we add here is going to add to the account balance, and it's going to be assigned to the data member. Now, so we have to put this method now. So I've put this method now, is going to add to whatever the account balance is. So now this is Chinedu now going to credit his account. Chinedu is crediting his account. This is Chinedu now going to the ATM or going to bank to credit his account. Now, remember that you, in the real life situation, you give your money to the woman or the man that is there, and the woman, like the accountant, she counts your money and she puts in the system. When she puts it in the system, this is the type of method now that gets executed in the bank system, because it's not her that uses her hand to change the figure. She will just type 40,000, and when she types it and send it, this is the instruction that is going to be executed in the bank system. And when this method is passed, is going to, what am I doing? And when this method is passed, is going to assign, is going to, when this method is passed, is going to, when this method is passed, is going to assign whatever value was inside to the original account balance. So if I say 40,000 here, and then I go to run this program, you see now that here is going to change to 130. Now you have seen it now. Chinedu's account balance now is 130. Wow. I know that some of you here, some of you that are watching this video now even more than this account now, more than this money now in your account balance. You understand? I know that some of you have it, but we we continue praying to God. So assuming I come again and write account balance, I come again and do 40,000. Like I copy this thing and executed two methods now at the same time. You understand? And I rerun it. It's going to add 40,000 plus 40,000 plus 90,000. So now our money now should be 170,000 because that method ran two times 170,000. Now in a bank, that's why some people they have luck. Maybe then when they have not really perfected their programming something, the system is going to run a method twice, and that's why maybe sometimes you credit something and it did not reflect, and you credit it again, it now reflects, it now reflects twice. Do you understand? So let me say, or maybe there's an error, let me say the system now ran a method twice. Maybe after the banker finishes counting your money and puts it in the system and then type in the figure and sends it, instead of the system now to run it once, it ran it twice. And that I know that is some people's luck, and I pray that you get that luck through Christ our Lord. Amen. Okay, so um you is twice, and if I run this program, you see that it gave us 170,000. It gave us 170,000. Okay, now let us say after I credited 40,000, I debited 80,000. Let's say Unizik school fees. Hi, Omo. If Unizik school fees reach like this, is to protest. Or okay, let us say UNN school fees. When I was in UNN itself, or okay, let us say Dubai. Yeah, then then we don't use naira. You understand? We don't use naira. When I was there, then before I was deported back. If you want to hear more stories, you can come and ask me. You understand? But just know that I've been there. You understand? I've been once there. So as we continue, debit. So let us say debit. Let's say when Chinedu created 40,000 naira, he debited 8,000 naira for acceptance fee. And if you run this program, you see that the system is going to add whatever was inside there, which is 90,000. And when the system adds 90,000, the system now is now going to subtract 80,000 immediately. So you say 90 plus 40 is meant to give us, you see, even before you finish itself, your program itself has already given you what your answer should be. So now you can see now that the answer now is, your remaining account balance now is 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira, because 90 plus 40 is 130. 130 minus 8,000 is 50,000. And this is how a bank system works. You can see that UBA Chinedu account balance is 50,000. Now this is your assignment. I think we are going to conclude the class for now, and this is your project. This is what you first and do with me. Do it with your group, and also do it here, and do it with your group and submit to me next Wednesday. I'm begging, please. If you are finished and maybe you are confused on how you submit it to me, I will tell you how to submit it to me. Tell me before that Wednesday, so I will tell you, so that once it's that Wednesday, you submit your assignments to me, your projects to me. I believe you should do it with your group, though that this one is small, but just do it with your group. Yeah, do it with your group. Make sure you do it with your group. You understand? Now, what is the project? First of all, you guys are going to create this account for me. Now it's good and fine. As I've created it, now if you are going to create it for me, create an account class. If I go and copy my own, create an account class. Do you understand? And the account class, okay, not create an account class now for me. Create a first bank account class. Let me see, first bank account. So now we're not going to have an option of, now what I'm trying to say now, here now is going to be, instead of here now to be account class, here now is going to be first bank. You understand? Here now is going to be first bank, because now I'm specifying it now that is I want first bank. You understand? First bank class. So I'm just trying to give you hints. If you're creating first bank class, there's no need of doing account name again, because we have said it's going to be first bank already. So you create a first bank class, you put the methods, you put your data members and all whatnot. Anything that you want to put as your data member, you put what should be in a first bank account ahead. So, and I want you to create these methods for me. You create the deduct method, which is the debit method, that if I use it, if I'm because I'm going to test your program, if I use it, it's going to deduct for me. Then you create credit method as I created. Then what I want you guys now to also create is that, what does bank say perform again? Bank charge. Bank charge. A bank charge method, whereby if they pass this bank charge method, it's going to remove it's going to remove it's going to remove $5. Sorry, it's going to remove 50 naira. Once they pass this bank charge, it's going to remove what? 50 what? So it's going to remove 50 naira from whatever your account balance is. So it's going to remove 15 naira from whatever your account balance is. That is the bank charge method. And close your account. Closing of account. Closing of account. The closing account method. And this closing account method is that once they close your account, once the bank manager or the banker passes this method, once he executes this method, it's going to set what, even if it's 1 million that is in your account balance, it's going to set it to zero. It's going to set it to what? 0 naira. Like nothing is going to be in that account balance again. 0 naira. So even if there was 2 billion there as initial account balance, once I use closing account, it's going to set whatever is there to be what? 0. Now please, I'm begging, do this project for me. This is the number one. I believe it should be easy. Now the second one is going to be easy. You're just going to create you are going to create now you are going to create remember, if you create your class, make sure you're always testing it using the main method. I've taught you guys how to test your something. Make sure you're always testing it using the main method. Like now, this is my vehicle method, that you test it so that before you submit, you have tested that it's working well for you, so that once you submit to me, you are sure that I'll also be getting the same result as what you're getting. So now the second assignment is that I want you to create for me a you create for me a class. You will create a class. What class now? Okay, I'm thinking of what to use. Okay, what am I going to use now? What am I going to use? 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 What is general? What's general? Okay, everybody knows um everybody uses Infinix, you understand? So you're going to create the Infinix company for me. Like, you're going to create that company for me, and the properties of that company will be your data members. And you're going to set, like, you're going to create set methods and get methods for me. So the Infinix company class, Infinix company class, Infinix company class, and you create your data members. And remember, for these two classes, remember to create your constructors and your methods, your set and get methods, or any method that you want to use. Please and please and please, for those that are not here, I believe it's just 2 of you, take this stuff to your group members, and sure, take it to them this night. If you're not in the same group, or if they have not added you to any group, create a group this night. I've given you guys numbers of your group members. Create a group, add them, call them on phone and tell them, see oh, something dey sup oh, they don give project. Please and please, your journey of code your journey for coding has begun. You understand? If you have any questions, you can sort it out within your group, or you can come to me and ask me through my WhatsApp. You can DM me on WhatsApp. Please and please, Wednesday, our next class is going to be on Saturday evening. Our next class is going to be on Saturday evening. But remember that you're going to submit this project for me before on Wednesday. On Wednesday before 2 p.m. Before 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Okay, let me write it. Wednesday, Wednesday, 2 p.m. Before 2 p.m. That will be the deadline. So I believe you guys understood what we taught you guys, and if you have any questions, please, my church is already penning me. You can just come to my DM, ask me on my DM, and I'm going to answer you. Thank you guys for staying with us, and goodbye. Remember, after this class, please go and create a group. If you have not added you to any group up till now, use your hand and create group and add your members. I've already shown you guys, I've already given you guys your members. I've given you their phone numbers, so add them to your phone and disturb them. This project is to be submitted before Wednesday 2 p.m. Thank you very much and goodbye. You can start leaving.